Hey, KL Straight, what's up? Lara, what's going on? Bria J, talk to me. All right, there we go. I hope we get this shit together. Okay, let me go over here. Y'all give me a second. I'm just setting up. There we go. All right, I had to set up True Spook. It's gonna be going on in about 30 minutes. Hey everybody, what's going on? Can y'all hear me okay? Lunchtime chat. All right, everybody. So first thing first. KL Straight, you get out my business. You get out my business, KL Straight. You gotta crunch it up a little bit. Then you put the rest in your mouth. All right, so I wanna just say something. This is gonna be a little controversial to some, and I don't even know why. It has to be controversial, y'all. But believe it or not, I had this conversation today, and it became controversial. But I'll just jump right into it because I got in about 30 minutes. I got to get over to True Spook so I can be the moderator and talk and laugh with y'all and kick it over at my True Spook TV. So if you guys know True Spook is airing today, True Spook TV, the link on my Patreon is in the description box below. Y'all go over there and sign up and come listen to these stories. All right, so today I had a conversation with a couple people, including my father. Now, if you got it, I'll tell you a little bit about my dad. My dad is very much so Black American. And when I say Black American, this dude is a what we like to call down here, and only we can say it like this. This man is a nigga. He lives in town. He don't live downtown. He what we call here in Orlando, in town. So he from in town. Grew up there. All he know, in town. And the group in the diaspora of, people down there, you could tell who from town. We call it from town. So, other people say we in town, he from in town. But then if if you're from here, you would say, oh, you know who from town. Now, my dad, aunties, all them people, they from town on my daddy's side. When it comes to my mama's side, we from west side, right? We are from west side, Ivy Lane, Lake Man Garden, Pine Hill, Mercy Drive. We from that. So my daddy is from town, and my mom is and my mom and them from the west side. Nah, I was over there having a conversation with a couple people, and I was just telling, and we were talking about this whole, foundational Black American thing. My dad, he started talking about it. He like, you know what? I never knew I was a foundational Black American. I say, Dad, what the hell are you talking about? So me and my dad got to rapping about it. We were talking, and he said this, and y'all, he said, I never knew that we could. Notice the word I'm saying. He said, I never know that we could have something to grab hold to. I say, Dad, are you serious? Now, my dad is 70, 71, he's up there. He said, I never knew we could have something to call ourselves, to hold on to. He said, all our lives, all his life, he thought, slaves, and mama was a slave. Then, you got mixed with the Indian. His mama, Miss Clinton, she was an Indian. Look, Indian. I'll show you pictures of her. She somewhere on my Facebook, one of the feeds from her birthday. Then my grandmama on my mama's side, my grandma Hattie Mae, she Indian, knows everything, real Black Indian, American Indian. And then, you know, like my daddy from Barbados, and my mama, and no, my daddy from Barbados, and so it goes all the way back there. But just know we came over here around by 1776 in that area. We came over here around by that time. So since then, our family has 100% been foundational Black American energy. So my dad get to talking about it, and he was like, I didn't know we could be called something other than Black Americans, other than African Americans, other than Negroes. Now, listen, people. Now, I know there's a subset of us that don't understand what this FBA movement is, but you guys can't get upset with somebody that's putting the title in a name on to a situation that never included us. Pay attention. My dad is proud. All his friends in town that hang under the tree, he proud. Yeah, we foundational Black. Only thing this man know is Florida, Georgia. That's all he know. He say, I don't know nothing about Barbados. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing. He gets upset. He don't even like calling himself African American. So he and my family were the first one to say, I'm a Black American. I ain't no African American. I'm Black. Okay, Dad, be Black. But then the young boy come over in the yard and we talking, and the young boy said, you know, nah, we Black Americans. Ain't no such thing as foundational Black American. We Black Americans. And I said, okay, so now I'm listening. Now, rightfully so, I'm gonna defend Pops. Wrong or right, you know, me and him will discuss this shit after the fact. So I say, hey man, hold up. I say, hold up, bro. I say, if my dad wanna ride with foundational Black American energy, then let him ride. I said, the man 71, he done fought in the war. He done did his thing, done raised all his kids. I say that man could claim whatever he want. Well, no, that's messing it up. The FBA is a cult, a clan. And I say, man, when the fuck it became the clan? I say, we ain't sitting up there hating people. We ain't going out there beating up on other Black people. We ain't sitting up there doing this. I say, come on, man. Notice my verbiage. I said we. So now I'm riding with Dad. So he like, well, don't include me in that. I'm just gonna be Black. And my dad said one thing that was so damn smart. People, listen to me good. He said, y'all sitting up here, and he referring to the young bucks and everybody else that consider themselves Black Americans. He said, y'all sitting up here trying to get reparations from the government. Y'all sitting up here trying to get your own apartment, your own land, your own housing, get your own banks. He said, y'all sitting up here saying that. He's saying that's what the Black folks are doing in America. The Black folks always been up there talking about they Black, and they've been trying to get a foothold in this country. And he say, how that's working for you? And I sit back and I thought about something. I said, you know what, my daddy right. How has it been working for me being a Black man? How has it been working for me having a Black baby mama? How has it been working for me having Black boys, Black daughters? How has it been working for me? Have we grasped anything other than a college degree in this country? You know, from being Black? And then my dad brought up group economics. Now, this is a man that worked all his life, got shitloads of money. He don't even wear fancy fucking clothes. He just put on whatever. The day he told me he liked my wallabies, my shoes, that I said, Dad, I got a bunch of them. He said, I wear size 12, boy, get me a pair. I said, Dad, these $300 shoe. He said, yep, I know. So he brought up group economic. He said, if you was to listen to Dr. Claude Anderson, he said, that's a smart man. So, because he been on this phone TikToking Dr. Claude Anderson. He said, the only way Black people in America will get reparation if we have a title to call ourselves. He said, we need a title to call ourselves other than Black. He said, you got the Jews, they call themselves Jews. And it's millions and different kinds of Jews. He said, you got Chinese, you got the Asians. I'm sorry. He said, you got the Asian. And it's multiple kinds of Asians. He went down the list. He said, you got all them people and the government give them checks to spend. Give them checks to God, to get them money in their community, to build stores, houses, and all that stuff to come in our community. You got all these Middle Eastern people, and they consider Middle Eastern, but then you got the Arabs, you got the whatever they want to break themselves up. He said, but Black people are just Black people. Everybody can come over here and Africans can come over here and be black. Caribbeans could come over here and be black. Cubans could come over here and be black. He say Russians, black man born in Russia, never set foot on the soil, could come here and be black. But he said when you break it down and you say, hey, the group that is asking for reparations from the United States, from slavery, chattel slavery, whatever. He said foundational black Americans gets it. And I stood back because I never heard my dad talk, anything politics, anything that like that. And I said, whoa. He said, I'm rocking with it. So I went online and I purchased him a foundational black American shirt. Don't know where I got it from. It just was online and I just, I'm going to gift it to him when it get here. So he said, that's the only way we're going to get anything back because from America for reparations for our ancestors and slaves and all that stuff, if we have a name to go by so they can write that check to. So pay attention to what I'm saying. They never going to write black people a check. They never going to write any black man a check, any black family a check, anything a check, because they have no true identity to go by. Because everybody could be part of this identity. Everybody could be black. Hell, you're a white woman and you have a baby with a black man, your baby is black. Everybody could be black. He said we ain't never gonna get it because we can't agree on what to be called. We can't call ourselves Moors because the Moors are prisoners of war. Do your research, do your history. The Moors sold out America, believe it or not. Do your research, do your history. We can't sit up there and call ourselves the Israelite because guess what? We're still adopting the ideology of the Middle Eastern man, Judeo-Christian. He said this make perfect sense. Foundational black Americans, descendants of chattel slavers. Hell, we can even take it all the way back to the original Indians, the Choctaws and all them people there. If you want to call yourself that, that's when you get into that New Orleans and Florida diaspora that they don't want to be called black either. They rather consider themselves Indians. And then when you consider yourself Indian, you're losing a whole group of people, knowing that those Indian black, just like me, were getting their ass handed to them and slave driven all around this world too. All around this United States. But they don't want to listen to that. They want to separate themselves from the word black. So if you know that Indians ain't getting reparation, the black Indians, we know old Swanton them, they got their shit. They got plantations and casinos. They got their money. But the black Indians, the New Orleans, the Carolinas, they not dumping no money into them people. Why? Let me tell you why. It's too many of those black Indians. And my dad said, and I listened to this man, he's a wise man. He said, if you become a group, he said, if foundational black Americans can become a group and unite all the descendants of chattel slavery under one banner, not black, foundational black America. We not saying that we the original natives that came here. We could fight that diaspora somewhere else. We black. They had us enslaved. We had them enslaved. Buffalo Soldier rode on their ass. We know the history. Hell. But he says, if we can become and make the movement of foundational black American go far, he said they'll have no choice but to listen to us within the next 5 to 6 years. But the problem is, reason why they don't give a damn about cracking that bank book open, because there are too many versions of us black ass people. There are too many versions. Again, you got the Moors, you got the Islam, the Muslims, you got the Caribbeans, you got the Africans, East, West, South, and North. You got the Arabs, you got you got the Israelites, you got everybody that has a piece of the pie, that has a hand in the pot, waiting to get money, but nobody can really go back and say, who the hell are you for real? Because every last one of those groups I just named outside of foundational Black American got their identity and ideology from some other person who came here and gave it to them. Just because they're Black in the diaspora, that's a given. But those people didn't go through slavery. Those people didn't go through pure D hell, man. Those people wasn't whipped and essayed and everything. Families broken up and stuff. They came over here after the fact. The 50s, the 60s, the 70s. Slavery was almost ended. Yeah, they experienced Jim Crow. But what about the 1800s, the 1700s, the 1500s, all the way back then? So I'm with my dad when I say I'm rocking with this whole foundational Black American thing. That don't mean I hate the people that say they from the Deltas or are they from the New Orleans. And no, I'm not saying that, man. Have pride in your area, your culture, your heritage. Have it, man. Have it. But goddamn it, if we finna get any kind of reparation, any kind of thing, we need to come together under one banner. And it ain't gonna be the Black banner. Because if you come together under a Black banner, hell, all your mulatto ass children are Black. I ain't seen no white people like that getting their ass beat on all them old movies I watch. When the Irish came over here and they was indentured servants and slaves, they rose above. They became the people, the people with the whips and the chain to beat our ass, they say. So when my daddy spoke, it made me feel good inside, people. Because my dad, an old man who didn't think about political stuff, that didn't think about this, he was proud. Him and his friends sitting under the tree, drinking eating pork rinds and drinking beer, smoking cigars and cigarettes, and talking loud and laughing with the bad grammar and everything. And he had something educational to say about this. And he said it felt good that he is listening to Dr. Claude Anderson use the words foundational Black American. He feel he has something to cling on to. Now, for all these diaspora words, everybody sitting out here saying, Black people be Black, foundational Black Americans are cults and groups and hate groups, clan wrapped in whatever. Pay attention to what's going on. Those are the people, in my opinion, that just can't see the bigger picture. You telling me you're going to go to an Islamic person who identify with the Nation of Islam, and you think the United States going to listen to them and give them reparations so they can fund whatever Islamic tie they have back to their home? Come on, man, don't get me started. See, I try to be nice. So why the Muslim, the Islamic bit with the masjids and the mosque, why them black brothers ain't out there fighting? The Million Man March, they went all the way to Washington. They had to get a goddamn treaty signed. Okay? That wasn't just no upheaval political thing. That wasn't just no bravado. They had to get permits, man. Hebrew Israelites. Them boys walk around in their purple and gold, making a muss, man, and showing power. And I can respect and love both of those organizations I'm talking about, because that's black man power. I love it. But they're not going to give it to a Hebrew Israelite either, because the Hebrew Israelite going to militarize that money. And they're going to come with a complex and probably come and attack America. They understand what the fuck going on. Then you can't give it to the people of Arab descent. You can't give it to the Caribbean, because the Caribbean man ain't been here long enough, and the Caribbean man gonna fund his people back in his island. You can't give it to the Nigerians or the Ghanaian and any other damn African country, west, east, north, or south, because they're gonna send that money back. They're not gonna invest it into America to where it belongs. They're not gonna build an infrastructure here like they should. And if they do build an infrastructure here, out of all those organizations and countries I talk about, they're going to build it in the name of what? Their countrymen. Not in the name of foundational Black America. Not in the name of chattel slavery. Not in the name of whipped ass slaves. So the basic thing is, even when let's not skip over the Moors, because everybody, you in the Moor science, you the top notch thing of it all. You just better than anybody else. Now you want to talk about a mother sucking hate group. How about you talk about all these brothers who claim to be Moors? You ever seen a Moorish black man look down on a regular nigga? that look down on a regular black man. One, we ain't as Moorish enough, or we don't know our science, so we're dumb. Hell with the degrees and the education. If we can't speak light, love, and prosperity and talk about breathing out our ass, we ain't got nothing on them. Yet they can sit around and pull this polygamous shit like it ain't nothing and trick these fucking black women out of they man. Don't you get me started. When you piss me off, man, one just pissed me off. That's all I'm gonna say. So now, the Moors, they not gonna build up America in the name of all blacks. They're gonna build up America in the name of their interest, the Moorish identity. But if you take somebody like Dr. Claude Anderson and the people under him, etc., 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 these people are going to build infrastructures for the descendants of chattel slavery, the descendants of disenfranchised black people that was here. And guess what? Everybody going to benefit. Not just slave people. Everybody going to benefit. Every culture come over here, they will build this shit up in the name of their countrymen. If you're a Jamaican, you're going to get Jamaican construction company. You're going to get Jamaican trash can. You're going to get Jamaicans this. If you're Haitian, you're going to get Haitian restaurants. You're going to get Haitian infrastructure. You're going to get Haitian neighborhoods. If you're Afro-Cuban, you're going to get Afro-Cuban neighborhood. If you anything, Hebrew Israelite, you're going to build a compound. Moors, you got to build a fucking a big giant ass goddamn building with pyramids on the bitch. But if you're a foundational black American, first thing you're going to do is you're going to try to rewrite, you're going to try to reinvent Black Wall Street, where everybody can have a chance at getting their tokens up. You're going to sit up there and build infrastructures in your city because guess what? That's all you know. Only thing you know is right here in America. Only thing you know is right here in America. So my dad and his old friends, whether they was drunk under a tree, whether they was sitting out there, whether they flying high on glory, whether they just not realizing they got an identity, whether they feel like they somebody now by hearing the word FBA and identifying as it. I know that they will take care of all the problems in their communities. So let me tell you something, FBA, whoever invented the word, Dr. Claude, I only heard Dr. Claude Anderson talk about it. Then I heard Tariq Rashid talk about it, and I don't too much care for him, but hey, he's speaking some good stuff. You know, I know if people like that get a hope that's a good bit of chunk of change, they will fix your impoverished community. They will fix your streets. They will build banks. They will build businesses. And all the people that's coming from Africa, the Caribbeans, and everybody will be able to get a loan from that bank. Even the people coming from the Iraqis in the Middle East. Even the people coming from the Cubans and the Haitis. Even the people coming from goddamn the Papua New Guinea. If they could get on that boat and get their ass over here. I just like Papua New Guinea. Them boys make me laugh, but they are in good goddamn shape. I can tell you that. Everybody will be able to borrow from that bank because every other bank has redlined and excluded black Americans. Now, y'all tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I want to hear the one angry ass person in this comment to say, Baron, you dead ass wrong for what you saying. I want to hear it. I'm finna look at this thing right here. How much minute I got? I got 10 minutes to sit up here and look at some stuff. Nipsey did it, and there are others like him in the community. I got you. What Black Karma say? I like Black Karma so much. Is a bad omen. Recreating it is not the move. We can't do anything without real convo on Black Ops. Now I agree. But Black Karma, I was using that as what foundational Black Americans will do. Again, back to say your point, I say we will recreate something like that, not recreate it altogether. We will recreate something like that because again, foundational Black American, whatever this movement is, I may be late to the party, but whatever this movement is, I know the people, the descendants of chattel slavery will stay, the money will stay here. We're not going to send it back to Africa to build up our neighbors and our ancestors over there. We're not going to build that money with our kinfolk and cousin over there in Africa. We're not going to send it back to Jamaica. We're not going to send it back to Haiti. We're not going to send it back to Cuba. We're not going to send it back to the Middle East. We're going to keep it right here and build up our own infrastructure, our safe zone, our banks, our stores, our cars, our this right here. But and again, like my daddy say, the only reason they're not going to give us any money because we're under the banner of black, and anybody could come here to this country and be black. But there's only a select few people that could come here and be foundational black Americans. Now that I do agree that the foundational black American movement need to come up with some guidelines and everything else to help us identify and see who the hell we are and where we come from. Because if you're first generation, whatever the hell you come from, no, your mama and them shouldn't get no reparations just because you've been over here 10 years. Now, if you could date that bitch back 400 years, 500 years, oh, hell yeah, you are good in Black Hill. You are good in foundational black America. We know somebody in your family got their ass hit with that whip with glass and rocks on it. Oh, yeah. They create a new Black Wall Street. I can't bring myself to support it. It's deep. Oh, I'm going to Google that. Today, I'm going to Google that. Black Wall Street in Georgia. I'm going to do that. I'm going to look at that. Because, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I need to see who funded that. I need to see who that bank is accredited by. Because you know what? The bank can't be accredited by nothing but somebody who has another bank. Some Rothschilds and robber barons, they got to credit all banks and shit. So, yeah, I think I want to be president one day, y'all. Y'all forgive me. The question isn't just about dollars. It's about sovereignty. Foundational Black America needs sovereignty, space to own. Yeah, to own laws like a reservation. Always follow the money. Always. That's what I'm saying. But KL, if I'm gonna be honest with you, any other diaspora that has come here and joined the black community, they always have told me being a Floridian, native Floridian, oh, I send money back home to my kids. I send money back home to my grandma. I work hard like this to send money back home. That's all I ever heard. I work hard to send money back home. Let me look at the time. Now, if they're working their ass off to send money back home, why ain't the money being invested here? But we as FBAs, and I'm gonna jump in head first in this, we as FBAs ain't got nowhere to send money back home to. This is our home. So naturally, we're gonna build an infrastructure here. We're gonna build ourselves up. We're gonna protect our children. We're gonna get our own school buses, lunch counters, all that stuff there. We're gonna do it. Group economics can be practiced prosperly. Because every other culture that come here, every other black man from any other diaspora come here, y'all tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, say it wrong. I rock with you. I'll take it on the chin. And if I'm wrong, I come back and tell you. Every other culture from the diaspora come here, they don't see anything good in our community other than cheap rent, other than the fact that they can overtalk us, other than the fact that they think they got more intelligence than us, more sense than us. You ever spoke to a Nigerian person? Hell, the Nigerians so notorious for not investing in anything black other than taking our dollars, to the point where even other people in other countries in Africa say, I don't want to deal with Nigerians. That's America Junior. That's Black America Junior there. Tell me when a Nigerian built the goddamn road for us, funded a road. Tell me when a goddamn Haitian sat up there and built 18 houses and say, I'm giving them free. Not one or two sports athletes. No, we're gonna get them people. Oh, it's one or two sports athletes that did. No, as a Caribbean community, when did they say, well, we're gonna go over here to downtown Orlando, we're gonna go over here to in town, we're gonna go over here to Philadelphia, the blackest poet part, the oldest living, and we're gonna build them apartments up and give it to them for free and charge them whatever, little nothing till they get on their feet. Hell, even the Jews will sit up there and give you a soup kitchen. They'll get a pot of food out there and give you some bread and some soup every now and then. You don't see too many black organizations doing that under the banner of their black ass organization. I ain't never seen no goddamn Muslim sit out there on the food line and get nobody shit. Not in my lifetime, and I'm 46. I done seen a hand out paper, and that costs $1 or $2. I'm just saying. I just had to come tell you this because when my daddy get hyped up, and y'all know I love that man. I love that man, boy. That man is good to me. Hell, I don't even know if he's my real daddy, but he is. That's a play on my mama. Y'all know we got issues there. Give you something to talk about in the comments, because a lot of people that's mad about this shit gonna go over their head. This talk gonna go over their head. But for my daddy to be happy, entertained, and feeling himself, a black man that's been beat down by everything, that watch his mama and all that shit get whipped on and all that shit, if he feeling good about this FBA thing and he's 71 years old, I'm feeling good about it. I can't help none but support what my daddy got going on, because him and his friends support this. So I'm going to support it. I am my daddy's son, and I believe everything my daddy tell me because I love him and he ain't showed me nothing different. So I'm telling y'all, people, black people, I'm going to show love to every last single one of y'all, no matter who you're, black man, black woman. I don't give a damn if you're Haitian. I don't give a damn if you're Caribbean. I don't give a damn if you're Trini. I don't give a damn if you're Kenyan. I don't care if you're from Nigeria, even though y'all got that badass attitude towards all of. I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to say love, and I'm going to do this. But you know what I'm going to keep in my heart, and you know what I'm going to pray every night? That this foundational Black American movement take off, that somebody get some sense and start trying to monetize this, that start getting some rules and cultures and structures for this thing, that somebody come out here and really make this thing a movement, get a list where we could all go and register that foundational Black movement as a religious organization or just another Christian form, and let us join that. You know, just like you can be a Hasidic Jew, you can be all this right here. You can be a person of the Nation of Islam. You can change the name, all that stuff there. Somebody in the foundation of Black American movement need not to make this just a talking point or a think piece. Y'all need to really start going to the politicians and Washington, D.C. and all these damn things and saying this is the movement. Get the petition signed to create a full-fledged group here for the descendants of chattel saver like my daddy. And get that thing on that ballot box and get that thing voted into Congress, voted into law. And then, and only then, will y'all ass be able to go and pump that into the United States of America and get reparations to black people for real. If y'all say I'm lying, I'm lying. I'll let it go. I like what you said. If Elon Musk can start a third party political party, let Foundation of Black Americans start one. A fourth one. I like that. Let's spit all the voting blocks and get some stuff done. KL Straight, person after my own heart. Ms. Davis, you are absolutely correct. I'll let you go. I got 2 minutes before True Spook start. I'm finna get off this thing. I thank you guys for listening to me. I thank you guys for celebrating the joy of the man that I love the most, my father. I thank you guys for letting me talk to you about it. It makes me happy that he happy. It makes me happy. But y'all go over there, tune in to True Spook TV on my Patreon. The description box is under there. It's not a free one, so don't go there sign up for free. You ain't gonna see nothing. Go in and sign up for one of those tiers. Try the $7 tier. It'll work for you. You can see the story. But I'm finna let you go. All right, everybody. I am the Baron telling you guys to trust you in the universe, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all. S.O.L Tribe.